dispel some notions there.
But here it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I really don't, with all due respect, I mean...
No, this is very good. I mean, this is what I need to hear. So tell me what the issue is. What are some of the problems that you see?
See, I mean, for people, for most people sitting here, I mean, I think we are people who kind of already know all of this. I mean, it's like...
There's nothing
just
new for you.
restating this, like the, you know, obvious. And it's, to me, as a Pakistani audience member, it doesn't say anything, frankly.
No, I don't understand.
Okay, so that is okay, Jean. Okay, there were some hands there, and then I'll come back to this. I think
the most sense it makes to me as a Pakistani audience, and as I suppose for an American person, is the historical sense of it. The struggle, because you are very, very particular about mentioning all the phases of history. You know, the Zia Dor and, you know, the 1971 war, and how at different eras of Pakistan history, female singers have been struggling to represent not only the country's problems, their own problems as well. So it is the historical perspective that is, I think, pervasive when you see the movie Anand. And otherwise, it's a very straight like narrative. It
chronologically
also, and I don't think it portrays the troubles or the hardships of the singers. It's yes, it does portray their struggle, but not in the negative sense of the word. It's more of a historical.
But do you feel as a Pakistani who knows, as this young woman here was saying, कि आपको तो पता ही है ना, ये तो हम सबको अपनी history पता है. Does it have any resonance here for people who already know a lot of this stuff, or is it like eh? I mean, and for me that's very important to sort of really get a sense of that. G.
Yes, I'd actually just like to respond to what the young lady said here. First of all, I think the reason why for some of us it doesn't work is because we're so used to the official discourse, the official history, that we're just not ready to accept the alternative.
I don't think this is an alternative in any way. I mean, this is the kind of history that I've grown up on, and I think most people sitting here already, yeah, Zia was bad, and you know, it's all because of him, and you know, there's a lot. I mean, it's just like
I know, but
all have.
Maybe for some of us, but generally speaking, that's the official discourse. So I mean, that's just my perspective. This is how it looks to me from where I'm sitting. So I would say that it does convey the sense that we want to convey. For me, it is the official, the history portion comes through. I think the only, you know, the only impression, that negative impression that people get is the idea of, you know, if you could perhaps have that part elaborated, where the gentleman talks about how Islamization has adversely affected, because they're using the word Islamization as a kind of a umbrella term, and not really.
It's too broad.
It's too broad, and it just doesn't convey the sense. I think
totally get it. I'm sorry, I have to come back here. I have to interrupt, come back here, take a few others, but I totally get your point. Thank you.
A very short comment. As a Pakistani, I would interpret it as, you see, as if music is being portrayed, and the act of singing is being portrayed as a form of resistance. And I would look at it as a history of resistance being offered by female singers against the totalizing structures, the kind of structures which are trying to maintain their control throughout the history of Pakistan, either through Islamization or through dictatorship or through, once again, the kind of extremism which is going on. Remember that example of that bearded man who was trying to say that once I used to enjoy listening to music by this and this singer, but alhamdulillah now I don't like that. So what does that say? That's so what does that message say? Actually, that bearded man has been, you know, conditioned enough by those, you know, totalizing structures that he is no more, you know, liking the same music which he once used to like. So I would say that music is being portrayed over here as a form of resistance against.
And absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much,
Dr. Fauzi.
It was actually an excellent presentation.
Thank you.
Moreover, it was excellent from the point of view that at least out of the Pakistani singers, whom I did not know. I happened to come across Dr. Fozia as a
Well,
good
I
singer.
would thank you for listening to me. Ji, thank you so much. Khud Hafiz. Ji, we have some more comments. I know there's somebody here. First, I'll focus on you on the back. But thank you actually about the point of resistance that has been mentioned by a lot of different people in different audiences where it has been shown. And I think they really, and some people actually even said the whole thing you should just focus on the theme of resistance, let that be the main theme. So, I mean, I think it's there, and I think it is, in fact, if you're picking up on it, it's obviously there, and I think the singers are resistors, absolutely, to an official discourse, yes, yeah, Gary, DG.
For the other thing, I, as an audience, everybody's talking about the negative projection of the video, but as an audience and from my own personal opinion, I thought that it was positive in two senses. Firstly, referring to that lady's question that it is really not that relevant to the Pakistani audience. I feel, as a Pakistani audience, that it is extremely positive because we tend to take for granted the resistance and the struggle these singers have to go through in a very in sort of a daily routine against Islamization. So that really creates the positivity that these people are still sort of sort of struggling and resilient to us. It's very positive as far as a Pakistani audience is concerned because it shows that we have been taking it for granted and these people are actually still evolving through that. And from an American perspective or from someone who lives abroad, if I personally feel, because I have lived abroad for many years, and if I view it from a friend's point of view, from a lot of friends who live abroad, I think this video is extremely positive because it's showing that despite the Islamization and despite the issues, these singers, the singing industry, the music industry is actually flourishing in Pakistan. And it's blooming no matter what weather comes or what sort of storms.
I just want to clear here.
Okay, hang on, please. I'm sorry, we have to give somebody else a chance. I'll come back to you.
I just have one question regarding the technique. When we talk about resistance and rebellion of the female singers, not every singer from every genre faces a similar sort of troubles. For example, Abda Parveen does not face the similar troubles as a modern pop singer would face.
Right.
So when we're talking about, rebellion, it's just very general for me.
And I think that's right, and that is why I said, that can't be the only theme and it isn't, because there are some singers for whom that's very important, but others who are actually used in a certain way or are, and even when they resist under very different conditions. And class angle bhi to hai na, dekhe na, like that's why I had Zoe in there, who says usko to she never feel anything, everything is just hunky-dory. So there are multiple narratives, right? Which is why I think that going back to the initial comment, honestly, it's multi-layered.
When we talk about multi-perspectives, I would like to agree with Aisha over here that it seems very obvious. In the sense, in the technical sense that it's very general.
Yeah, it is very general.
Everyone's struggling, but what are the specific struggles? So until we don't have that across, as a Pakistani,
so for the Pakistani audience, it would need to be either a biopic or something maybe much more concentrated on a few key figures and really get into in depth. That's the sense that I'm getting, and really, but that's obviously not what this film is trying to be.
This is a preview, so I think
no, and not only a preview. I mean, I do think that the larger pictures I see it will obviously bring up a little more, I would hope, complexity of points of view and a deeper narrative. But ultimately, it isn't going to do this. Because that's not what the film is about. It's not and I was very clear that I didn't want a biopic and I didn't want it to be just focused on one or two. Iski trajectory farak hai, iski aim farak hai, and I think for a lot of Pakistanis it will ring in the way. I mean that's a risk I have to take.
Cultural gaps with the
But I think the primary audience definitely would probably be abroad. I would also think, however, given a multiplicity of points of view expressed here, that it will serve a certain purpose to educate, particularly a generation and people who are not that familiar with the history. So it's a basic film. I mean, it's not trying to be something that it's not. Gigi.
One last comment is I was going to say that even something that might be obvious, because obviously in the States there's things that come out all the time as well that we're like, okay, we know this, but it's still giving a voice and a platform to something that this is what happens, right? Because people in a certain community, you know things in your own head. It's the same idea with, if you talk about politics, you can go and sit in anybody's you know, our houses and hear our relatives talking about a problem and nobody's actually going out and doing anything about it.
So you see it in that
So
way,
I'm
yeah.
just saying it in that sense, somebody, there's obvious things that go on, but then that change doesn't come. So I think that, is there any movie out like this? No, there isn't. Is there anything giving this voice that everyone obviously already knows in their head? No.
Thank you for being a good supporter. Young woman over there, we
But that was
you
from
and
your
there's
house.
something
That is from your house. We cannot say.
Yes, I actually,
what I'm getting here, after listening all of you,
they're very independent. Unfortunately, they criticize me all the
Okay,
time.
what I'm
I think
getting
most of my
here-
work is crap. So,
actually, you know what I'm getting here, actually, what is your theme? What is your aim? What you want to tell us?
वो मैंने आपको
Main
बताया
reason
है.
is this. And secondly, if your aim to tell us the problem of female singer of Pakistan, then you have to, might be the title should be changed. Not on when the female singer of
I'll take that
Pakistan.
under advice.
Because we are just, honestly speaking, मैं अगर देख रही हूँ ना मुझे इसमें
आपको सिर्फ problems नजर आ रहे हैं.
90% ऐसे
and this is very, so it's really interesting. Young man over there, we'll come back to you, G.
I think now that you've said that it is for the American audience, I think it's a
Primarily,
bit-
not, I would hate for it to not have any audience here.
If it's primarily for, let's say, a foreign audience, I think it's a good documentary in the sense that it gives a basic overview, because if you are introducing somebody to something, it has to be basic, and we might know about these things, but it's sometimes good to see them in a qualified form, chronologically, like, you know, it's all compiled together. So if it is for an audience who's not aware of this, I guess it's a good documentary. And plus, I think a lot of American audiences and British audiences probably have their head in the sand. They don't even know if they are female singers in Pakistan.
A lot of them
and if they are, they don't
yes.
think they're a burqa or something. It's a good thing, you know, even the strong women who are speaking out of fighting dictatorship.
Absolutely.
It shows the resilience and strength of Pakistani women.
No, absolutely. I'm sorry there was a hand up. Okay, we'll come back. And in fact, when you say that, it's interesting because one of the people we did have footage of that I ran into when I was in Lahore shooting last summer was a British, he was with the British Council, he and his wife were here, and unhone to ye, you know, I interviewed them, they were very clear. They said, you know, when even before we came here and once we got here, we thought there were no female singers. Which I thought was okay, these are highly educated people who are diplomats, and he was willing to say that on camera. I said, okay, I have it, and I wanted to put it in here, but you know, then I obviously had to cede to the actual filmmaker who's putting it together. We said, okay, Abhi's fakat, we can't fit it into what we're trying to do.
Would that be a good